Ladies and gentlemen, it is a privilege to stand before you today to speak to you about a powerful force that resides within each of us, a force that can shape our destinies, transform our relationships, and elevate our lives to new heights. This power is not loud, it is not flamboyant, but it is undeniably effective. It is the silent power that lies within your ability to negotiate. Negotiation is not just a skill for those in boardrooms or high-stakes business deals. It is a tool for every aspect of life, for the family, for the workplace, for your community, and most importantly, for your own personal growth. Each and every one of you has the potential to master this art, even if you've never realized it before. I want to take you on a journey to unlock your silent power, the power of negotiation that is within you. To negotiate is to influence, to create alignment, and to bring out the best in others while securing the best for yourself. The truth is, you've been negotiating all your life, often without even knowing it. Understanding your value is one of the most profound realizations you can have in life. It's a powerful concept, one that touches every facet of your existence, from personal growth to professional success, relationships, and the impact you leave on the world. Many people go through life unaware of the immense potential that lies within them, often struggling with self-doubt and insecurity. But when you truly understand your value, it changes the way you see yourself, how you interact with others, and the way you approach every opportunity that comes your way. Your value is not something that can be defined by external factors. It is not based on your social status, wealth, or the opinions of others. These things may influence how the world perceives you, but your true value comes from a deeper, more intrinsic. It is rooted in your unique identity, the talents, gifts, and abilities that you possess, and the potential that resides within you to make a significant impact in the world. It is an inner recognition that you have something meaningful to offer, something that the world needs, and that your existence is not by accident. Understanding this truth is the first step to unlocking the power that resides within you. At the heart of understanding your value is the recognition that you are more than just your achievements. While accomplishments are important, they do not define you. Your value is not contingent upon how much money you make, the job title you hold, or the awards you have received. These are external markers of success, and while they can be satisfying, they don't reflect the full scope of who you are. Instead, your value is determined by the essence of your being, the person you are at your core, and the purpose you were created to fulfill. No amount of success or failure can take away the value you hold within. Recognizing your value means recognizing the gifts you bring to the table. Each person has been given unique abilities, talents, and perspectives. Some may excel in creative fields, others in analytical thinking, and still others in leadership or service. These gifts are not random, they are part of the design of your life, placed within you for a purpose. When you understand your value, you begin to see these gifts not as small or insignificant, but as powerful tools that can shape the world around you. Whether you are an artist, a teacher, an entrepreneur, or a caregiver, your gifts hold value, and it is through recognizing and cultivating them that you can contribute to the betterment of the world. When you understand your value, you stop measuring your worth against others. Comparison is one of the greatest thieves of self-worth. We live in a world that encourages comparison, where we are constantly bombarded with images of success, beauty, wealth, and achievement. Social media, television, and advertisements often portray an idealized version of life that many strive to attain. But the truth is, comparing yourself to others only robs you of the opportunity to appreciate your own unique value. Your journey is different from anyone else's. Your path, your experiences, and your struggles are yours alone, and they contribute to the person you are becoming. Instead of looking to others for validation, you must look inward and affirm your own worth. When you understand your value, you stop trying to be like someone else and start embracing the person you are meant to be. Understanding your value also involves recognizing your worth in relationships. Far too often, people find themselves in relationships that don't honor their worth, whether in romantic relationships, friendships, or professional connections. When you don't understand your value, you may settle for relationships that don't respect your boundaries, your time, or your potential. But when you recognize your worth, you set higher standards for the relationships you engage in. You begin to surround yourself with people who see your value, who uplift and support you, and who encourage you to grow into the best version of yourself. You stop seeking validation from others and start forming connections based on mutual respect, love, and shared values. The way you view your value directly influences the way you show up in the world. When you understand your value, you begin to approach life with a sense of confidence and purpose. You no longer shrink back in fear or doubt, but instead you step forward boldly, knowing that you have something worthwhile to contribute. This self-assurance radiates outward, drawing opportunities, people, and circumstances that align with your purpose and your potential. When you believe in your value, you no longer wait for permission to succeed or to pursue your dreams. You take ownership of your destiny and move forward with conviction. Understanding your value is also closely tied to the concept of self-care. When you value yourself, you prioritize your physical, emotional, and mental well-being. You recognize that taking care of yourself is not selfish, but rather a necessary investment in your future. You begin to make choices that honor your body, your mind, and your spirit, understanding that you cannot give to others from an empty cup. Self-care becomes a reflection of the respect you have for your own value, and it ensures that you are able to show up fully in every area of your life. One of the most empowering aspects of understanding your value is the ability to overcome challenges with resilience. Life is not without its difficulties, and at times you will face setbacks, disappointments, and even failures. But when you understand your value, you recognize that setbacks do not define you. They are merely part of the journey. Your value remains constant regardless of the circumstances you face. In moments of adversity, you can draw on the inner strength that comes from knowing that you have something unique and valuable to offer. This understanding gives you the courage to rise again, to try once more, and to continue pursuing your goals with renewed determination. A deep understanding of your value also impacts the way you negotiate in life. Whether in business deals, career opportunities, or personal situations, when you know your worth, you approach negotiations with a sense of confidence and assertiveness. You are not afraid to ask for what you deserve, because you recognize that you are worthy of success, respect, and fair treatment. Your value is the foundation upon which you build your negotiations, and it gives you the courage to advocate for yourself and pursue opportunities that align with your worth. You are no longer afraid to walk away from situations that do not reflect your value, knowing that you deserve better. Moreover, understanding your value is crucial in realizing your purpose. Every person has a unique calling, something that they were born to do, something that only they can contribute to the world. But too often people go through life without fully understanding or embracing their purpose. They get caught up in external expectations, societal pressures, and the desire to fit in. However, when you understand your value, you begin to seek out your true purpose, the thing that brings you fulfillment and joy. You no longer live to please others or to meet external expectations, but instead you pursue what aligns with your authentic self. This alignment with your purpose brings a sense of meaning and direction that guides every decision and action you take. Understanding your value also means recognizing the impact you can have on the world. Too often people underestimate the power they have to change lives, influence others, and contribute to society. But when you understand your worth, you realize that your actions, your words, and your choices have the potential to create ripples of change. You understand that even small acts of kindness, courage, or generosity can have a profound impact on the world around you. When you embrace your value, you stop waiting for others to change the world, and you begin to take ownership of your role in shaping it. Ultimately, understanding your value is about recognizing that you are not just a passive participant in life, you are a powerful force capable of creating change, influence, and transformation. Your value is not dependent on others' approval or the outcomes of your efforts. It is intrinsic, constant, and unshakable. When you understand your value, you unlock a power that allows you to live with purpose, to influence the world around you, and to create the life you were always meant to live. Listening is a skill often overlooked, yet it holds immense power. In a world where talking and expressing opinions seem to dominate, the act of truly listening is an underappreciated art. But it is also one of the most powerful tools you can possess. Listening is more than just hearing words. It is an active, intentional process that connects us with others on a deeper level. It builds trust, fosters understanding, and lays the foundation for meaningful relationships. It is, without a doubt, one of the greatest weapons you can wield in both personal and professional settings. We live in a society where communication is often defined by who speaks the loudest or the most. Yet, effective communication is not just about speaking, it is equally, if not more, about listening. When you listen, you allow others the space to express themselves fully, and you give yourself the opportunity to gain deeper insights. Many people are quick to respond, to argue, or to offer advice without fully understanding the other person's point of view. This reactionary behavior stems from the belief that speaking is the way to assert one's presence, but in doing so, we miss out on the opportunity to truly understand what is being said. The true power of listening lies in its ability to elevate both the speaker and the listener. Listening is not simply hearing words, it is engaging with the message behind the words. Often people say things not just to convey information, but to express emotions, to seek validation, or to share experiences. When you listen, you have the ability to go beyond the surface of what is being said. You can hear the tone, pick up on the nuances, and sense the underlying feelings and motivations. Listening actively means paying attention not just to the words, but to the emotions and intentions that accompany them. It means fully focusing on the speaker, without distractions or the urge to interject. When you listen in this way, you gain a deeper understanding of the person and the situation, which in turn allows you to respond more thoughtfully and empathetically. This deep level of listening is particularly crucial in building trust. Trust is the foundation of all successful relationships, whether in personal life, friendships, or business partnerships. People who feel heard are more likely to feel valued, respected, and understood. When someone shares their thoughts, ideas, or concerns with you, and you listen attentively, you are communicating to them that they matter. This simple act of validation can create a bond that strengthens your relationship. It allows you to connect with others on a human level, making them more likely to trust you and open up to you in the future. In contrast, when people feel that their words are ignored or dismissed, it can lead to feelings of frustration, resentment, and disconnection. Therefore, listening is a critical tool in not only resolving conflicts, but also in preventing them from arising in the first place. Listening also helps you gain a better understanding of situations and perspectives. Often, when we are engaged in a conversation, we are focused on our own thoughts, our own responses, or our own agendas. But in doing so, we lose sight of the other person's perspective. It is easy to assume that we know what someone else is going through or what they mean, but unless we truly listen, we cannot fully comprehend their viewpoint. By listening, you gain a fuller picture of a situation, which allows you to respond with greater insight and empathy. This understanding also makes you more adaptable, as you can adjust your approach based on what you've learned from the conversation. Listening is not just about gathering information, it is about understanding context, emotions, and motivations, all of which are essential to making informed decisions. Listening is particularly powerful in negotiation and conflict resolution. In a situation where there are opposing viewpoints or interests, listening becomes a strategic tool for finding common ground. Many conflicts arise because people are not listening to each other. They are too focused on defending their position or convincing the other person to agree with them. However, when you listen carefully, you can identify the underlying needs, concerns, and desires that drive each party's perspective. Once you understand what is truly at stake for each person, you are in a much better position to find mutually beneficial solutions. Listening allows you to ask the right questions, clarify misunderstandings, and demonstrate a willingness to understand the other person's point of view. It can be the difference between a contentious situation that escalates and one that results in a constructive resolution. In addition to resolving conflicts, listening is also a key element in leadership. Great leaders are not just good speakers, they are great listeners. They recognize that effective leadership involves more than just giving directions or making decisions. It involves understanding the people they lead. Listening allows leaders to learn about the needs, challenges, and aspirations of their team members, which enables them to provide guidance and support that is tailored to each individual. Leaders who listen demonstrate humility and empathy, qualities that inspire loyalty and trust. When people feel that their leader genuinely cares about their thoughts and concerns, they are more motivated to work toward common goals. Listening also helps leaders stay in tune with the pulse of their organization, enabling them to make informed decisions and adapt their strategies as necessary. Listening is a fundamental part of emotional intelligence, which is crucial for personal and professional growth. Emotional intelligence refers to the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions, as well as the emotions of others. A key aspect of emotional intelligence is empathy, the ability to put yourself in another person's shoes and understand their feelings and perspectives. Listening is the gateway to empathy. By actively listening to others, you develop a deeper understanding of their emotional state, which allows you to respond in a more compassionate and supportive manner. This emotional awareness also helps you manage your own emotions more effectively as you become more attuned to how others' words and actions are impacting you. In this way, listening helps cultivate a sense of emotional balance, which is essential for navigating the complexities of both personal and professional relationships. One of the most overlooked aspects of listening is its ability to foster personal growth. When you listen to others, you are exposed to a wealth of ideas, experiences, and perspectives that can broaden your own understanding of the world. Each conversation is an opportunity to learn something new, whether it's a piece of knowledge, a different way of thinking, or a new way of approaching a problem. By listening, you open yourself up to new insights that can challenge your assumptions and expand your horizons. This growth mindset, fueled by listening, enables you to become more adaptable, creative, and open-minded. It encourages continuous learning and development, which is vital in a rapidly changing world. Listening also plays a crucial role in fostering collaboration. In any team setting, whether at work or in a personal project, effective communication is key to success. But communication is not just about exchanging information, it is about working together toward a common goal. When people listen to each other, they are able to share their ideas, build on each other's strengths, and create solutions that are greater than the sum of their individual contributions. Listening promotes a sense of unity and shared purpose, which fosters cooperation and teamwork. In contrast, when people fail to listen, it leads to miscommunication, misunderstandings, and missed opportunities. Listening, therefore, is the glue that holds effective teams together. It is also important to note that listening is a skill that requires practice and intentionality. In our fast-paced, distraction-filled world, it is easy to become disengaged during conversations. The presence of smartphones, constant notifications, and the temptation to multitask all contribute to a decline in our ability to truly listen. However, listening is a habit that can be cultivated. It requires focus, patience, and a willingness to give others the space to speak. To become a better listener, you must consciously choose to listen with your full attention, without distractions, and without the immediate urge to respond. This means allowing silence to exist in the conversation, giving the speaker time to fully express themselves before jumping in with your own thoughts. Active listening also involves asking clarifying questions and providing feedback that shows you are engaged with what is being said. In the end, listening is a powerful weapon because it allows you to connect with others in a way that fosters understanding, trust, and cooperation. It enables you to gain insights, resolve conflicts, and build meaningful relationships. It is a skill that empowers you to lead, learn, and grow, both personally and professionally. Listening, when done with intention and care, transforms communication from a mere exchange of words to a profound connection between people. It is a tool that has the potential to unlock new opportunities, solve problems, and create a more harmonious and compassionate world. Control over one's emotions is a fundamental pillar of personal development, self-mastery, and success. It is often said that emotions are powerful forces capable of driving actions, shaping decisions, and influencing interactions. In many situations, people are led by their emotions, reacting impulsively or out of a sense of anger, fear, frustration, or excitement. While emotions are natural and essential to the human experience, the ability to control them is what distinguishes individuals who can thrive in the most challenging circumstances from those who struggle to maintain their balance. Emotional control is not about suppressing emotions or pretending they don't exist. Rather, it is about understanding and managing them in a way that serves you rather than dictates your behavior. The skill of controlling your emotions is one of the greatest assets you can cultivate, as it allows you to make decisions with clarity, navigate conflict with wisdom, and maintain resilience in the face of adversity. The first step in controlling emotions is understanding that emotions are not inherently good or bad, they are simply signals. Our emotions are our internal responses to external circumstances. They are messages from within that tell us how we are perceiving the world around us. Fear, for instance, is an emotion that signals potential danger, while joy signals satisfaction or fulfillment. Anger, sadness, or frustration might signal unmet needs or unaddressed concerns. Recognizing that emotions are simply signals and not necessarily truths helps us gain perspective on them. Instead of reacting automatically to an emotional impulse, we can choose to observe, reflect, and decide how to respond in a way that aligns with our values and objectives. Often, people's failure to control their emotions comes from a lack of awareness or understanding of what they are feeling. When emotions arise, particularly intense ones, there is often little space between the trigger and the reaction. We may snap at someone in anger or retreat into sadness without truly understanding why we are feeling that way. However, by practicing mindfulness and self-awareness, you can create that space and take a step back before reacting. When you feel a surge of emotion, the first thing to do is to pause and check in with yourself. What exactly are you feeling? Is it frustration, fear, excitement, or something else? By labeling the emotion, you begin to detach from it, recognizing that it is simply something you are experiencing rather than something you are. This awareness is the first step toward taking control of your emotions, because once you can identify and name your feelings, you can assess their validity and influence over your actions. Emotional control requires a commitment to self-reflection. Often our emotional reactions are influenced by unconscious beliefs, past experiences, and underlying fears or desires. For example, if you are quick to anger in certain situations, it may be a reflection of unresolved past hurt or fear of being disrespected. If you tend to withdraw in moments of conflict, it may come from a fear of confrontation or rejection. By examining these triggers and understanding their origins, you can begin to reframe your emotional responses. Instead of reacting out of habit or impulse, you can choose more constructive ways to express and manage your emotions. Self-reflection allows you to break the cycle of automatic emotional reactions and become more intentional in how you navigate your feelings. Another important aspect of emotional control is learning to regulate your emotional responses in real time. This doesn't mean suppressing emotions, but rather choosing to express them in healthy and productive ways. When you feel angry, for instance, you might feel the urge to shout or lash out. However, instead of acting on that impulse, you can choose to take a deep breath, step away from the situation, or use a calm and measured tone to express how you are feeling. In doing so, you gain control over the situation and prevent your emotions from escalating into destructive behavior. One effective strategy for emotional regulation is the practice of deep breathing or meditation. These techniques help you to calm your nervous system, center your thoughts, and regain a sense of control over your emotions. When emotions are high, it can be difficult to think clearly or act rationally, so grounding yourself in the present moment is a powerful tool for regaining control. The ability to control emotions also comes from understanding the broader impact that uncontrolled emotions can have on your life. Emotional reactions often have consequences that extend far beyond the immediate moment. For instance, an outburst of anger can damage relationships, lead to misunderstandings, or result in regret. A rash decision made out of fear or anxiety may cause unnecessary harm or create new problems. When you recognize that emotional reactions are not isolated but are part of a larger web of interactions and consequences, you become more mindful of the choices you make in response to your emotions. The cost of an unrestrained emotional reaction becomes clearer, and you are more motivated to take control before acting impulsively. Additionally, emotional control allows you to maintain a sense of inner peace as you are no longer subject to the whims of your emotions. Rather than feeling like a victim of your feelings, you take ownership of them, knowing that you have the power to choose how to respond. One of the most significant benefits of emotional control is its impact on relationships. Whether in personal or professional settings, the ability to manage your emotions is crucial for healthy, successful relationships. People who are able to stay calm and composed in challenging situations are more likely to gain the respect and trust of others. In contrast, individuals who frequently lose control of their emotions can create tension, conflict, and mistrust. Emotional control allows you to engage in difficult conversations without letting emotions cloud your judgment or communication. You can listen more effectively, respond with empathy, and resolve conflicts in a way that strengthens the relationship rather than damages it. This is particularly important in leadership and teamwork, where emotional intelligence can make or break the success of a group. A leader who can remain calm and level-headed in the face of adversity will inspire confidence and motivate their team to remain focused on the task at hand. Resilience is another area where emotional control plays a pivotal role. Life is full of challenges and setbacks, and it is often in the most difficult moments that our emotional reactions are tested. The ability to control your emotions in the face of adversity is essential for maintaining resilience. Rather than succumbing to frustration, despair, or hopelessness, individuals who have mastered emotional control are able to face challenges with a sense of composure and determination. They are able to navigate difficult situations without being overwhelmed by negative emotions, and this allows them to persevere and find solutions. Emotional control enables you to maintain a positive mindset even when things are not going as planned, and to approach each setback as an opportunity for growth. A crucial part of controlling your emotions is understanding that it is not about eliminating or avoiding emotions altogether. Emotions are an essential part of the human experience, and they serve valuable purposes. Fear keeps us alert, and safe anger can signal that something needs to change. Joy encourages us to pursue what brings us fulfillment. However, emotional control is about managing these feelings in a way that prevents them from overwhelming us or dictating our actions. It is about recognizing that emotions are a tool, not a force that controls us. When you can step back and assess your emotions, rather than being swept away by them, you can use them to guide you in a more intentional and thoughtful way. A final component of emotional control is the ability to let go of the need to control everything. Sometimes emotions arise from a desire to control external circumstances or to avoid discomfort. However, the reality is that life is full of uncertainty, and not everything can be controlled. By learning to accept that some things are beyond our influence, we can alleviate unnecessary emotional stress and frustration. Accepting the ebb and flow of life and understanding that emotions are a natural part of that flow helps us to regain control of our responses and navigate life with a sense of peace. In conclusion, emotional control is an essential skill that allows us to live with greater clarity, purpose, and resilience. It is not about suppressing emotions, but about understanding, regulating, and choosing how to respond to them. Emotional control enables us to make better decisions, build stronger relationships, and face challenges with confidence. It empowers us to live in alignment with our values and to pursue our goals without being derailed by the ups and downs of our emotional states. Ultimately, mastering the art of emotional control is one of the most powerful tools we can develop in our journey toward becoming the best version of ourselves. Silence is one of the most powerful and underestimated tools in human communication and personal development. In a world that is constantly filled with noise, whether it's the chatter of social media, the hum of traffic, or the endless stream of conversation, silence stands as a rare yet profoundly transformative force. The ability to embrace silence can foster deeper introspection, enhance communication, and provide clarity in decision-making. Silence is not merely the absence of sound, but a space in which wisdom, understanding, and personal growth can flourish. When we learn to harness the power of silence, we open ourselves to a world of insight, peace, and deeper connection with ourselves and others. In many ways, silence is a form of expression. It can speak louder than words and convey meanings that words cannot fully capture. Think of a moment of silence shared between two people. It might occur in a moment of understanding, a sign of mutual respect, or during a difficult conversation where both parties need time to process emotions or thoughts. Silence in such instances conveys more than words could. It communicates empathy, presence, and an acknowledgement of the gravity of a situation. In our interactions with others, we often feel the pressure to fill every silence with words, but sometimes silence can communicate exactly what is needed, creating a deeper sense of connection than any conversation could. The most powerful communication often happens in the spaces between words, where silence creates a bridge for understanding and empathy to cross. Silence also plays a crucial role in fostering deep personal reflection. In the noise of daily life, it is easy to become distracted by external stimuli and forget to turn our attention inward. We live in a world that constantly demands our attention, whether it's the ringing of our phones, the messages flooding our inbox, or the constant expectations placed on us by others. In this environment, silence offers a rare opportunity for stillness and clarity. When we take the time to sit in silence without distractions, we create the space for our thoughts to settle, our emotions to be understood, and our deeper desires to emerge. This process of inner reflection allows us to understand who we truly are, what we truly want, and what our life's purpose may be. In this quiet space, we can hear our inner voice and gain the clarity needed to make decisions that align with our authentic selves. In a world where constant activity and busyness are often associated with productivity, silence can feel uncomfortable or even unproductive. Many people avoid silence because it forces them to confront their own thoughts and emotions. In the absence of external noise, we are left to face ourselves, and for some, this can be an overwhelming experience. However, silence is not a void or emptiness. It is a space that invites us to listen, reflect, and grow. When we resist the impulse to fill every moment with noise or action, we allow ourselves to tap into our creativity, intuition, and inner wisdom. In the stillness, we gain access to a deeper level of consciousness that can guide us toward more meaningful and intentional choices in our lives. The power of silence lies in its ability to unlock insights that may otherwise be drowned out by the constant distractions of the world. Moreover, silence can enhance the quality of our interactions with others. In conversations, it is easy to fall into the trap of talking over one another, constantly striving to be heard or to have our opinions validated. However, when we learn to embrace silence in our interactions, we open the door to more meaningful dialogue. Silence creates space for others to speak and be heard, which fosters respect and understanding. When we listen more than we speak, we demonstrate a deep level of attentiveness and empathy, qualities that are essential for building strong, trusting relationships. In the pauses of a conversation, we allow others the opportunity to reflect, gather their thoughts, and contribute in a more thoughtful and meaningful way. Silence, in this sense, is a powerful tool for building connection and trust. In leadership and decision-making, silence can be an invaluable asset. Leaders who know when to remain silent and when to speak can have a significant impact on their teams and organizations. Silence allows leaders to listen more effectively, to understand the concerns and perspectives of those around them, and to gain insight into the dynamics at play. It gives them the opportunity to reflect before making decisions, ensuring that their choices are well considered and thoughtful. In moments of silence, leaders can gather the necessary information to make informed decisions, avoiding the pitfalls of rash or impulsive actions. Furthermore, silence can convey authority and confidence. A leader who speaks less but with intention creates an atmosphere of respect and trust, where their words carry more weight because they are measured and thoughtful. Silence, in this sense, becomes a tool for both personal empowerment and effective leadership. Silence also serves as a powerful form of emotional regulation. In moments of anger, frustration, or sadness, our emotional reactions can sometimes lead us to say things we don't mean or take actions we later regret. The ability to embrace silence in these moments allows us to pause and regain control over our emotions. Rather than reacting impulsively, silence gives us the time and space to process our feelings, understand their root causes, and decide how we want to respond. This practice of emotional restraint not only helps us avoid unnecessary conflict, but also promotes emotional maturity and self-control. Silence becomes a tool for maintaining our emotional equilibrium, preventing us from being swept away by the intensity of our emotions. In addition to its role in personal reflection and emotional regulation, silence can also foster creativity and innovation. In the quiet moments, free from distractions and interruptions, our minds have the opportunity to wander and explore new ideas. Many of the world's greatest thinkers, inventors, and artists have credited silence as the birthplace of their most innovative ideas. Whether it's the quiet solitude of a writer's desk, the peacefulness of a secluded studio, or the stillness of a nature walk, silence provides the space for inspiration to strike. In silence, our minds are free to connect seemingly unrelated ideas, discover novel solutions to problems, and envision new possibilities. When we embrace silence as a creative tool, we allow our imaginations to flourish and our ideas to take root. The power of silence also extends to our physical well-being. In a world that values constant productivity and busyness, it is easy to overlook the importance of rest and recovery. Silence offers an opportunity for the body and mind to recharge and restore themselves. The constant demands of work, social obligations, and personal responsibilities can lead to burnout, stress, and fatigue. Silence provides a refuge from the outside world, allowing us to find peace and relaxation. This restorative silence can have a profound impact on our health, reducing stress levels, lowering blood pressure, and improving mental clarity. It is in moments of silence that we reconnect with our inner selves and find the peace necessary for maintaining balance and well-being. Moreover, silence can be a powerful tool in conflict resolution. In moments of disagreement, emotions can run high and words can become sharp and hurtful. When we approach conflict with the intention to listen and understand, silence becomes a space for cooling down and gaining perspective. Instead of reacting impulsively with defensiveness or aggression, silence allows us to pause, reflect, and choose a more constructive response. In conflict resolution, silence creates an opportunity for both parties to express themselves fully without interruption or escalation. It allows for deeper listening, empathy, and understanding, which are essential for finding common ground and resolving disputes peacefully. In this way, silence can be a bridge between opposing sides, leading to greater harmony and resolution. In the spiritual realm, silence has long been recognized as a means of connecting with the divine or the transcendent. Many spiritual traditions, whether it be meditation, prayer, or contemplation, place a high value on silence as a way to deepen one's connection to a higher power or to the universe. In silence, we strip away the distractions of the material world and open ourselves to the presence of something greater than ourselves. It is in these quiet moments that we can experience a sense of peace, purpose, and spiritual fulfillment. Silence becomes a gateway to spiritual growth and insight, where we are able to hear the voice of our soul and align ourselves with our true purpose. Ultimately, the power of silence lies in its ability to create space. Space for reflection, space for connection, space for healing, and space for growth. In a world that is often chaotic and noisy, silence offers a sanctuary where we can find clarity, restore our energy, and build deeper connections with ourselves and others. When we learn to embrace silence, we tap into a powerful force that can transform our lives, enhance our relationships, and lead us toward greater wisdom and peace. Patience is a virtue that is often celebrated in philosophy, religious teachings, and self-help literature as one of the foundational qualities for achieving personal growth, success, and inner peace. In a world that thrives on speed and instant gratification, patience may seem like a rare and sometimes impractical quality. However, in truth, patience is not about waiting idly. Rather, it is a practice of enduring, trusting, and persevering even in the face of uncertainty and adversity. It requires a deep understanding of timing, acceptance, and resilience. Patience is the quiet strength that allows us to wait for the right moments, to allow things to unfold naturally, and to face challenges with a calm and composed mindset. In the hustle and bustle of modern life, where everything from meals to career advancement is expected to be immediate, patience teaches us that good things often take time, and that through patience we cultivate the skills and wisdom necessary to achieve our goals. At its core, patience involves a sense of inner peace and the ability to delay immediate gratification for long-term rewards. The modern world, with its fast-paced lifestyle and easy access to technology, often leads to a state of mind where people feel entitled to instant results. The speed of the digital world, with its constant stream of information and notifications, has cultivated an expectation that things should happen quickly. This expectation can lead to frustration when things don't move as fast as desired. However, the real power of patience lies in its ability to prevent us from being enslaved by the need for quick results. Instead of rushing into decisions or actions, patience allows us to wait for the right time and the right opportunity. It provides the clarity and focus necessary to make better decisions, reducing the impulsiveness and rashness that can often lead to poor outcomes. One of the most important aspects of patience is the ability to endure hardship and setbacks without losing hope or becoming disheartened. Life is filled with challenges, and often our journey toward achieving our goals is not a straight path. There are times when progress feels slow, when obstacles seem insurmountable, or when failure appears inevitable. In these moments, the practice of patience can be the key to maintaining our perseverance and determination. Instead of succumbing to frustration or giving up, patience teaches us to endure through difficulties, to understand that setbacks are a part of the process and that our efforts will eventually bear fruit, even if the rewards take time to materialize. It is in these challenging moments that patience builds character and fortifies our resolve. Patience nurtures the ability to keep going even when the road ahead is unclear, knowing that each step forward, no matter how small, is progress toward our ultimate goal. Patience is also essential in our relationships with others. In an age where social media often fuels instant responses and real-time communication, it can be easy to misunderstand one another or react hastily in the heat of the moment. However, patience in relationships is the practice of truly listening to others, taking the time to understand their perspective, and allowing space for growth and change. When we practice patience with those around us, we foster deeper, more meaningful connections. Relationships, whether they are with family, friends, or romantic partners, require understanding, forgiveness, and a willingness to allow others to grow and make mistakes. Patience helps us to cultivate empathy as we learn to hold space for others' experiences and challenges. It enables us to move past our own frustrations and to view difficult situations through a lens of compassion. In the face of disagreements or conflicts, patience allows us to avoid knee-jerk reactions and instead respond thoughtfully and with consideration. By taking a step back and embracing patience, we create an environment in which relationships can thrive, evolve, and withstand the pressures of time. In addition to personal growth and relationships, patience plays a vital role in achieving long-term success. Success in almost every area of life is rarely an overnight achievement. Whether it is in career advancement, financial growth, or artistic endeavors, the road to success is often paved with years of hard work, learning, and waiting. In a society that increasingly values instant results, many people feel disheartened when they do not see immediate returns on their efforts. Patience teaches us to understand that success is a journey, not a destination, and that every step we take is part of a larger process. It helps us to stay focused and committed to our goals, even when progress is slow or when external circumstances may not appear favorable. Those who embrace patience recognize that great achievements are often built over time, with consistent effort, learning from mistakes, and refining strategies along the way. Equally important is the patience we must exercise with ourselves. In a world that often pushes us to constantly strive for more and to measure our worth by external accomplishments, it is easy to be hard on ourselves when things don't go as planned. We may become frustrated with our perceived lack of progress or feel disillusioned when our expectations are not met. However, practicing patience with oneself means recognizing that personal growth and success are not always linear. That each individual has their own timeline. There will be setbacks, delays, and moments of doubt, but patience helps us to see these as part of the natural process of growth. It teaches us to be kind to ourselves and to trust that, with time, our efforts will bear fruit. Self-patience involves letting go of the pressure to conform to societal timelines or to meet arbitrary milestones. It encourages us to honor our unique journey, knowing that there is no one-size-fits-all path to success and fulfillment. Patience is also closely linked to mindfulness and living in the present moment. In a society that encourages multitasking and constant busyness, patience requires us to slow down and be present with what is happening right now. It encourages us to focus on the process, not just the outcome, and to appreciate the journey as much as the destination. In moments of impatience, we often miss the richness of the present moment, focusing only on what comes next or what we don't have. Patience allows us to appreciate where we are in life, to find peace in the present, and to avoid rushing toward the future. It gives us the ability to be fully present in our experiences, whether they are challenging or joyful, and to approach life with a sense of calm acceptance. The practice of patience also requires a deep level of self-control and discipline. It takes patience to resist the urge to act impulsively, to wait for the right moment, and to delay immediate gratification for something that will be more rewarding in the long run. This self-discipline is essential for maintaining focus on our goals, as it prevents us from being distracted by short-term pleasures or detours that might derail us from our larger vision. Patience teaches us to stay grounded and to maintain control over our actions, even when we are tempted to rush or to act out of frustration. This inner discipline is crucial for cultivating resilience, as it enables us to keep moving forward, even when external circumstances are challenging. The connection between patience and success is especially evident in the context of entrepreneurship or any endeavor that requires building something from the ground up. Entrepreneurs often face countless obstacles, financial setbacks, rejections, failures, and delays that can make the journey feel long and discouraging. Yet, it is patience that allows them to keep going, to learn from their mistakes, and to persist despite the odds. Building a business or creating something meaningful is rarely an instantaneous process, but with patience, entrepreneurs are able to navigate the uncertainties and risks, making thoughtful decisions and adapting as they go. It is patience that helps them to see the bigger picture, even when the immediate results are not as expected. Through this process, patience becomes a key ingredient in resilience, teaching entrepreneurs to remain steadfast and focused on their goals, even when the path is uncertain. In a broader societal context, patience can also foster peace and understanding. In times of conflict or political unrest, there is often a temptation to act quickly, to respond in anger, or to seek immediate solutions. However, true resolution often requires patience. It requires the willingness to listen, to understand differing perspectives, and to allow time for healing and reconciliation. When we rush to judgment or act out of impatience, we risk exacerbating the problem and perpetuating cycles of misunderstanding. Patience, on the other hand, allows space for dialogue, empathy, and growth. It helps individuals and societies navigate complex issues with a sense of calm and a focus on long-term solutions rather than short-term victories. Patience is not simply about waiting it is about how we wait. It is about maintaining our composure, holding onto our values, and trusting in the process, even when it feels uncertain or difficult. It is about recognizing that everything in life operates on its own timeline, and that rushing or forcing outcomes often leads to frustration and mistakes. Patience teaches us to trust in the timing of life, to embrace the lessons that come with waiting, and to remain steadfast and focused even when the journey feels long. In learning to be patient, we unlock the ability to persevere, to grow, and to achieve our dreams, all while maintaining a sense of peace and balance. Now, I want you to understand something. You have within you all the tools you need to negotiate effectively. You possess the power of value, the wisdom of listening, the strength of emotional control, the strategic use of silence, and the virtue of patience. These are not skills you need to learn from the outside world. They are already within you, waiting to be awakened. Unlocking your silent power begins with recognizing that negotiation is not just a skill for the few, it is a tool for anyone who understands the value of connection, of collaboration, and of purpose. Every negotiation is an opportunity to elevate your life and to help others elevate theirs. So I challenge you today, step into your power. Start negotiating with purpose, with grace, and with silence. You have the potential to transform the world around you, one negotiation at a time. Thank you.